Couldn't do it without me.
Hey there!
Welcome to our podcast. It's Dave, Rachel, and Forman back together again.
Yes.
Can you
Yeah,
tell we haven't done this in a while?
Yeah, you can tell.
we're a little rusty. That's okay. We're back together, and we're not. Only one of us is working in radio anymore. Forman. The other.
Yeah, somebody has to keep a full-time job.
Someone
somebody
has
has
to
a
have
job.
a full time. Yes.
So
Yeah.
far, this podcast has already significantly put us all in the hole.
Yes, and I am on a fixed income. I want you to know.
Okay. Everybody's
Right.
on a fixed income. Everyone
And
has
I'm
a fixed
very
income.
prepared. I was at Long and McQuaid 40 minutes ago to get this.
Good for you. Good for you.
I knew you were going to do that. I thought is Forman even going to be prepared for this? So that doesn't shock me at all.
Nope.
Still last minute, still on Forman time. That's for sure.
Same old.
Okay.
So listen, we used to do, if you're new, the three of us, Dave, Rachel, and Forman, used to do a radio show together, and it was on a country music station, and we were the Dave and Rachel show with Forman, of course, and then Forman was let go, and Dave and I continued for a while, and then we both quit. So now we've all left, but we miss each other, and so we wanted to do a podcast all together because
it's true,
fun.
guys. We're really friends in real life.
We
Yes,
are actually.
actually.
We keep in touch. Yeah.
We actually are
And,
friends, and I believe for the most part we enjoyed working together.
Yeah. It was fun.
Good shrug there, Shul. Forman,
Most
that's
of
right.
the time.
For the most part, we enjoyed working together, and
Yeah.
so we decided to I don't know, gather together and throw this out. And if anybody wants it, here it is. And if you don't, that's not so bad for us either, because it's costing us money. I'm not,
but it's still here.
Yes, I'm not very good at doing this without getting paid.
Oh, you're
No.
not? This is going to suck a little bit more then?
I've never
Okay.
done it without getting
Mhm.
paid. So
I
yeah.
see. All right. Well, we'll find out, I
if
guess.
you can see our video, if this is a little clip, the fine people here at the King Street Brewing Company may or may not want to support us in Bridgewater, Nova Scotia.
Oh, Bridgewater. Okay.
Beautiful
I spent
town.
a lot of time out east because my sister
Yes.
was there. We just did a trip out there, actually. So,
Rachel, Dave, you were off in the U.S. in the summer, and Rachel and I were within like a minute of each other for a whole week and did not see each other at all.
no, we didn't.
Well planned.
I know. I forgot about that.
Well planned.
We both went to PEI and we were at cottages, like literally 5 minutes from each other, like a block or something. And
Yeah.
we didn't get together. It just
And the whole time
couldn't-
I was texting Dave and said, "Oh, she tried to hook up again, and I avoided her. High five."
I hate you guys. Why did I decide to come here? Why did I decide this was a good idea?
I don't know. It was your idea. I don't know.
Oh, it was my idea. Yeah, because I miss you guys and I do miss working with you. And it was a lot of fun when we did our show. And I thought, when we did our show, I don't know if you listened to us before, but it was fun for it. Like, we had fun together. I hope it sounded like we had fun, but we truly did behind the scenes too. And so that's why we're all on board doing this now.
All right, and we should explain, go into a little detail about, how we all ended up where we are. First of all,
Mhm.
Forman, all of the majority of what happened to the Dave Rachel Forman radio program has a lot to do with something called COVID.
Mhm.
Not that we all got it. That's not really relevant. What happened was COVID wasn't great for radio. It's just one of those things where a lot of people were working from home, anybody that could work from home, and it changed the way
Mhm.
people listened to radio, and it impacted our business, and it impacted certainly, because our business was run on sales. We
Mhm.
needed commercials. And so Forman was, unfortunately, and we want to stress, both Rachel and I had no idea what was about to happen.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that was a time.
Forman was a victim of a cutback. And what,
Mhm.
so that everybody knows, because everyone loved Forman. Not everybody loved Dave. Not everybody loved Rachel, but everybody loved Forman,
Mhm.
aside from maybe Dave and Rachel. Anyway. Just clear.
No, let's keep going down this train of thought. How much did people love me?
How
Just
much
clearing
did
that
everybody
up.
love Foreman?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
I'm
enough.
crossing my arms
Talk
and
about
putting my
that for
feet up.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Enough people to swamp us with texts and messages, and all of that stuff. And
Yeah, for at
we-
least 6 months.
oh yeah,
And on and on and on. Even now,
and
you know,
we
even when
were
we left.
specifically told not to say a word, and we couldn't. We couldn't text back. We couldn't say anything on the radio. It wasn't our choice.
And it wasn't for lack of trying. We kept asking, "You've got to let us say something. You've got to let us answer people."
That's true. We did.
And they said,
did.
"No, you can't, for months." So we saw your messages. We know that Forman was missed. We told him that we were getting inundated, and that gave him a little comfort because it sucks to be let go. But
yeah, and I saw. I mean, for anyone who participated in that campaign, I saw many of the comments that were public on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. I felt bad for you guys because it didn't matter what the topic was; it was just comments about me. But I also quite enjoyed it too. So
I don't blame you.
I don't blame you
one
either.
bit.
No,
bit.
but and things were different after that. You know, we missed you a lot. But Dave and I had to do a show. We were still there, and we were being paid, and we were there, and we had to carry on. And we did for the rest of the pandemic because you were let go in February 2020, Forman.
Yep.
Yeah,
Same.
and-
You know when like TSN lost people and it was like, oh my goodness, this happened and this and every day, and we were at work that morning like, really? They let go of all these TSN people?
Yeah.
And then I thought I was going to go join a conference call at the end of the day to tell us who got let go, like we do every year. Just this time I had my own conference call.
Yeah.
And that's how it works. Yeah.
Anyway,
I know. It was,
so
that was such an awful day. Oh, God.
So COVID, we couldn't say anything. To move this further along, COVID turned people nasty. It just did.
Yeah.
And the louder voices got through to us, and it started to impact us. It really did. It started to make our job not that much fun. Working together was fine. Working without Forman kind of sucked. But there was also this other element of people who were not in a good mood.
No,
Not in a
and
good mood.
it started at the well, you know what? I could name every part that I think it started with, but it certainly started at the beginning of the pandemic. Before the pandemic, there was a lot of political discourse, I will say, and people, specifically what was happening in the States, and a lot of Canadians really got into that and were at us about different things. And, you know, we wouldn't even say anything. I would read a news story about something that was going on, and we would get inundated with hate messages. You know, you guys suck. You guys are libtards. You're, you know, and worse and worse and worse. Nazi liberals, like people.
Too.
I'm like, I'm reading a newscast. What do you like?
Yeah,
I don't know what you want from me.
Not even throwing opinions around. It was always a newscast based.
Oh my God! And that started when you were there, Forman.
Well, yeah, but at least when you have 3 people, it's a group, and you can chat about that and sort of get it off your chest and mind, and then go on and
move on with your day.
Well, and if it was a personal attack against me, at least I had the two of you to, you know, help me through, or vice versa. So when those things happened, it just wasn't a lot of fun. COVID exacerbated everything. People were not, and I think everybody knows that. We don't really need to go over all of that, but it became apparent to you and I, Rachel, that it was not as much fun. It wasn't fun without Forman. It wasn't fun going through COVID. And by the way, for everyone who has texted or called or Facebooked and said the government makes you say that. The government pays you to say that.
Oh my God!
First of all, the government doesn't make me say anything. The government doesn't tell me what. I can get in trouble for things that I say, but mostly from my superiors, my boss, and even my boss doesn't tell me what to say. So just so you know, we had complete control over what we did and what we said. We did not get paid to say anything. You know, we did not.
I wish I did. Can you imagine getting federal money for that?
That would have been awesome.
God, I would have never quit.
You're going to give us a script and a paycheck.
Wow, that's easy. My job's done for me. Wouldn't that be?
Anyway, so
that would be a delight.
So bottom line, it became a little bit more. It became easier to say goodbye to something that wasn't as pleasant as it used to be. For you,
Yeah.
Rachel, you were busy with you have your voiceover business. Forman got a great job. He's doing a radio show in Halifax. He does mornings there.
I wasn't even a full week until my current boss was like, "Hey, you want to talk?" All right, and then
Yes,
I was on with Melody in July.
Yeah,
Like,
good for you.
Boom, we're here.
All right.
So now you've been doing it for what, over a year now?
Yeah,
It's been a year, and it's going good.
Awesome.
Good,
really good.
Good for you.
Good.
A lot of fun.
I'm glad.
For some reason, maybe it's just us, or maybe because it was a new company that bought the station and another one in Halifax, and those two stations with the old company weren't doing that great. So maybe it's because we were starting with not that many listeners, but there's not a lot of people calling and texting about how much they hate us.
Oh, that's cool.
Fantastic.
That's
Oh
cool.
my God.
Whoever
East
calls and
Coasters are
texts
so laid back.
Yeah, they're in it with us. They're in it with the jokes and making jokes back to us.
Ugh.
Like in the good old days before everyone got pissy about everything.
That's a dream.
It's awesome.
That really did wear on me a lot, and so Forman was let go, and then Dave and I did the show for 2 years without him.
Almost, not quite.
Almost
Year and a
2
half,
years?
I think. Year and a half.
Year and a
maybe.
half, yeah. And then I decided I'm gonna go because I had a voiceover business to fall back on, and that's what I'm doing now, full time at home and here in my studio that I'm sitting in. But yeah, I was sick of the hate. Getting up at 3:30 sucks, and doing a morning show sucks. So at least before COVID, I was getting up at 3:30, and that sucked. But going in to be with you guys and doing the show was fun. I never dreaded going into work. It was always it didn't feel like work, and it was easy because we had our own rhythm, and we knew what we were doing, and it just wasn't a struggle ever to do that. And then COVID hit, and people got really nasty, and everybody knows all the differences of opinion around everything COVID related, and getting all the hate just wasn't worth it anymore to me. It wasn't worth it to get up in the morning and go and do that and put that stress on myself of such a lack of sleep all the time, because that's what I was struggling with, and I was ready to be home with my kids and just not be in that anymore, not be in that environment and receiving that on a daily basis. That was too much.
So
And I know
there you
some
have it.
people wanted us to feel that way, and we did. Eventually
it worked.
We do.
I mean, for some of the people that really spewed their hate, it did. It made a difference, and which is too bad because you try to ignore it, and you do have to have thick skin. My wife would constantly tell me, just imagine. I always used to tell you guys, imagine the guy in third grade art class eating glue. That's that's the one who just texted you that. Just imagine that.
And
person.
a lot of times, and I feel for teenagers, like kids now, because they do have to deal with a lot of cyberbullying, and this stuff happens all the time. And everybody's a keyboard warrior. But when you do have their name and you can look them up and you realize, oh yeah, that kid probably did eat glue in third grade.
Mm.
But still, when it comes in day after day after day for years on end, every morning, all morning long, like that, it wears on you.
It did wear on us, and I reached the stage where after doing this for a way too long, when you decided you didn't want to do it anymore, it became apparent to me that it probably was a good idea to walk away, and so I did. I walked away. I'm not doing a damn thing, and it's not so bad.
But golfing?
A little bit, yeah. A little bit of that.
Okay. A little bit more than normal?
Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
You were I think Dave was the one that was the most, not anxious, but what am I going to do with myself? But how do you like it?
I tell you what, I it's all I ever did. Pretty much my entire adult life was get up early and talk on the radio. And by the way, despite all of the, the bad things that happen, what a great job. I mean, it's a great job. It really is. And I loved doing it. It's all I ever wanted to do. And I got the chance to do it and I loved it. But I will tell you that I do not miss getting up at 3 a.m. I don't. I
No.
don't miss it. And I'm sorry, Forman, because I know you still are.
I know
but
you
I don't
have
miss
to.
it.
Yeah.
I don't miss it. I don't
People
miss it.
ask me, they're like, "Do you miss it?" I'm like, "I miss doing the show. I
Yeah,
don't miss
that I
getting
miss.
up early."
Yeah.
No, not at all.
So I think
Not at
that's
all.
why we all agreed to do this podcast, because it's
Oh,
fun to work
if-
together.
If only you could do that show at like 10 a.m.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be
10
so
to
great.
1.
Hey,
and then
listen,
be done.
we are available if anybody needs us for a 10 o'clock show. We
That's
would
right.
be happy to do it.
10 a.m.
Okay.
We've got
Yeah.
a show prepackaged for you right here.
Oh, yeah, it's right here.
That's
You
great.
can have it.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's
Yeah.
where we're at. That's a little bit. But we're not used to talking for this long a period. I'm just looking at my clock here. Whoa.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I am looking
I
at
mean,
my
it's
clock.
pretty effortless sometimes.
But I have a bell. I call it the Rachel bell.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hang on.
What does that mean?
I think we need a bell. If we're going to
Does that mean
continue.
we're done?
What?
Yes, the bell. The bell means you're done, Rachel.
Oh, I'm
It's the
done.
Rachel
I'm the
Bell.
one that talks too much?
Well,
Okay. What's all right, fine. Fine, let me see your bell.
Now he bites his tongue.
Yeah, now you're done talking.
okay. Anyway, when you hear the bell, we're done. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no further discussion
No
allowed.
further-
It's the Rachel
discussion.
bell. Okay. All right, well, we still want to connect with you. And if you want to email us, we have an email address,
Yes, we do.
daverachelforman@gmail.com. Dave Rachel Forman. Forman does not have an E in it. Okay.
No.
Dave Rachel Forman at
Yeah.
gmail.com. We've got social media pages. So connect with us. We would love to hear from you.
Hmm. Let
We
us
don't have a
know,
way-
by the way. We're not sure that anybody really needs this. We just decided to do it because we had a feeling maybe somebody might listen. But
Right.
if nobody needs this, if in fact you hate us, let us know. We
No,
love that.
just no,
No.
don't. Just don't let us know anything. Don't let
true.
us know. I don't want to hear it. I'm not getting paid for that anymore. I don't want to hear it anymore.
Just tell other people, hey, those 3 that we all hate, they're back again. Here's where to listen and how to listen. You should listen, and then don't ever contact us.
Right. Yes. Absolutely.
We'll use the downloads,
Yep.
but we don't want the
Yeah.
don't want the commentary.
Agreed. Yeah.
But if you do enjoy it, I mean, anything you would like us to do? Because, it's not all going to be us just chatting for 20 minutes. We would like to be entertaining and involve you in some way. So,
Mhm.
some old jokes, shticks, anything new we should tackle, whatever. Let's do it.
So
Okay.
all we really know how to do is a radio show. So this is kind of going to be like a radio show, but in a podcast format. Because that's all. We're like one trick ponies. That's all we can do. That's all you're going to get.
Yes.
So this podcast will be a little different from the Dave and Rachel show, but it'll still be kind of a radio show and some of the stuff that we used to do together. Yeah.
That sounds like a fun fact to me.
Rachel's Fun Facts coming
Rachel's
back.
Fun facts coming
Back
back.
at ya.
Back
Maybe
at ya.
Helium Theater.
I
Oh.
wouldn't. I don't know that
I-
we need to go that far.
Oh, come on.
But this time with real helium.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Actual
Actually, that's a
helium.
good idea.
Mhm.
Could do that.
Because Party City is conveniently located at the corner of friendly and knowledgeable staff. It is
Also,
great
we
for
need some
parties.
sponsors if you feel like you might want to sponsor our podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
All right.
People will clamor to sponsor this.
Well, this was just kind of, we wanted to talk to you and let you know what we're all up to and get in touch with you as best as we could right now. And hopefully do another one soon. Right?
You're done, Rachel.
So I'm done. Go ahead, guys.
Thanks for listening.